morning from Aberdeen, and I said at the start of my last video that it wasn't much of an adventure, and I was wandering around London. At least it had Tower Bridge and stuff. This one is definitely not an adventure. I'm just going to reposition a vehicle from one side of the airport to the other, which actually does involve quite a nice walk. It takes nearly an hour, I think, to walk from one side of the airport to the other. So it's a walk, really, a little walk, but it's not exactly nice scenery or exploration or discovery or wildlife or any of the other things I actually classed as an adventure. But I haven't done much vehicle recording, and I haven't used the Osmo Nano in the car. The thing that I like about it, one of the things I like about it, is you can rubber sucker it to the windscreen, which is what I've done here. And I've also got an outside car mount for the Osmo Pocket 3 that I've never used. I've had it for months and I've never used it, so I might try that while I'm messing around with vehicles. I can use the dash cam as a camera as well. I've had this dash cam in here a couple of years now, and you see on the stupid dash cam channels on YouTube, there's these people and they're going round and they're like, you know, they must be sending in like 3 clips a week, all these incidents that are happening while they're driving around. I've had this in there. I don't drive a massive amount, but I drive enough. I've had this in there like 2 years, and yeah, nothing's happened. There's no. I think there's been a couple of times. There was one time when I was driving through a less pleasant area of Aberdeen, and there was a guy trying to fight cars as they came down the road, like waving his fists at them and jumping on the bonnets. And I think that's like the only actual dash cam video I've ever got. You know, you make your own situation on the road. If you want to get yourself into situations where people are pulling out in front of you and, you know, getting angry about people being in the wrong lanes in roundabouts, you know, that's up to you. But there's no need for, you know, God forbid something could happen. Someone could crash into me, or I could make a mistake and crash. But in the general course of driving, if you want trouble and you go looking for it, you're going to get it. But the way to drive is to keep away from people who are going to cause problems, whether it be through incompetence or stupidity, and you can see them coming a mile off. You know, these people are going down the road and like someone will pull out in front of them several times a day. And you know, I know it's a tired old cliche, but if you smell shit everywhere you go, then perhaps you need to check your shoes, because nobody's pulling out in front of me ever when I'm driving. I don't have people nearly crashing into the sides of me on roundabouts, because I don't, even if people are going to be in the wrong lane, I don't position myself in the wrong place. Anyway, that's a rant. I don't know how I got onto a rant about dash cams. I do have trouble with people who want to drive far too close behind me, to be honest, but even they can be avoided. But yeah, I've got one now. Just what on earth are you doing? Anyway, that's that. I hope I was recording for that entire run. He was even in entirely the wrong lane all that time he was at my boot. What a clown. I was in the lane I needed to be in. On a similar note, I've had this car since 2017. We'll talk about the car later, maybe. I don't know, maybe we're not. It's only a car, it's not that interesting. But I've had this car since 2017, and I think I'd had it about 4 years, and then I needed to hoot the horn for some reason, and I realised I didn't know where the horn was, or how to operate it. And well, the plane's just taken off right in front of my face there. That's a perfect position. Yeah, and I think I maybe have used the horn one more time since then. And you know, it's the same thing, these people going around on YouTube dashcam videos hooting their horn like every 5 minutes. What for? You know, if someone's about to reverse into me and they don't realise I'm there, then I'll hoot my horn. Otherwise, you don't need your horn. Anyway, that's another driving rant. That's a cool forklift. It's huge. Right, we're arriving at destination number 1. Fact for you, or perhaps it was a little bit of misinformation, I don't know. It's apparently Aberdeen Airport is the busiest heliport in the world. I've always found that kind of hard to believe on the whole planet. The RJ145, I do like them. They're my second favourite plane that operates out of Aberdeen. Just walking past, oh, there's my favourite. What a stroke of luck that is. The RJ900. I don't know why they're my favourite. I've got a soft spot for engines mounted on the back of the fuselage. I'm just walking past Clark Commercials and I'm just going to pop in because I'm interested in two things. Okay, that was a little deviation from the mission there. I was just walking past the VW dealers and they do camper vans there. I'm after a camper van, T6. So I just had a quick look in there, see what they had. Not exactly what I wanted, but anyway, I don't really need that. So now I'm back to walking around the airport. You might have gathered from my outbursts just now about the planes that I'm quite a fan of aircraft. So having to walk around the airport isn't really what I'd consider to be a chore. I've actually flown out of this airport as not as a passenger, as a pilot, a student pilot, yet to qualify. Anyway, what was I going to say? Yeah, I'm looking for a camper van. So I can have more adventures, not like this one. to like about this walk, really, huh? It's not really what I normally would do for a walk. I'm just saying, I'm not complaining. I just realised that I'd got the, because it was windy, I thought I'd get the Pocket 3 out and use the mic with it, the DJI mic too. And I got all that out and started walking along and recording, and then it occurred to me that I'd forgotten to switch the microphone on. And then when I did, it was not paired with the Pocket 3, it was paired with the Osmo Nano. It's quite annoying that it can't remember two pairings. So you have to repair it if you want to keep doing that, although in practice I'm not going to use it with the Nano, I'm only going to use it with the Pocket 3, so I guess I don't care. Anyway, now you should have good audio if you like the noise of multiple helicopters running their engines, which we're getting closer and closer to. Just going past the passenger terminal now. Not a single aircraft. There's a DHL, it's like a 757 over there, like a cargo one parked up. But on the actual passenger stand, there's literally nothing. It's quite a nice airport to fly out of because it's fairly quiet. There's no queues for security or anything like that. You can turn up and hop on the plane pretty much. Just walked past the Bristow terminal, helicopter on this side of the airport, and yeah, to answer the earlier question, it's very busy. Very busy today. There are 3 helicopters running their engines and another one coming in, and they're very loud. It's crazy how long they run them for. I guess it must use an insane amount of fuel. Some cool mushrooms there. It must use an insane amount of fuel running that engine. Or those engines, I think they're twin. I don't actually know, I don't know much about helicopters. I tell you what I do know, I'd like to see that engine run for a week before you got me in it. But even then, to be honest, no thanks. Not over the, especially, well not anywhere, but especially not over the North Sea. Just, no. I mean, I'll fly a 60, 70-year-old single-engine plane over land, even when I'm the clown who's checked that the engine's okay. But, yeah, I wouldn't do it over the sea. And a helicopter, no, I'm sorry, I'm just not getting in it. Don't trust them at all. Seatbelt on. Okay, I'm in the van, which is the point of this whole exercise. Such a faff, all this camera business. That's really why I'm doing this, because I'd like to capture this kind of footage, but I want it to be effortless, you know? I don't want it to interfere with my actual adventures. So if I do it now when I'm actually not doing anything interesting, hopefully I'll learn some lessons make it become a bit more automatic. I'm worried now. I've got the Osmo Pocket 3 like magnetically attached to the side of the van, which I've never done before, and it's still there, but I have to keep looking. Also, it's raining. I don't think it's actually, I'm fairly sure he doesn't want to be out in the rain. I'm going to stop in a minute and take it off. I say I'm going to stop. I don't know if there's anywhere down this road I can stop. I've got the guts to get out of the traffic lights. It's a long traffic light. Do you dare me? I'm going to... Okay, I got it. The lights still aren't going to change. Nearly a disaster there. That's nearly happened to me before. On the Pocket 3, I forgot to stop the recording, and then I long held the power button to switch it off. Now, if you do that, I think there's a setting for this, and I might need to change it, because if you do that, if you long hold the power button on the Pocket 3 while you're recording, that actually cancels and deletes your whole current recording, which is yeah, very dangerous. I've done that before with a real recording. I think I let go of the button then just in time, so hopefully I've still got that. This is exactly what I was just talking about, of why I'm doing this when it doesn't matter. Right. It's a short drive. It was a long walk, but it's a short drive back to where I've left the car. Right, that's the van back in its proper parking place, instead of being dumped by the side of the road. That was just a temporary situation because I had my car getting repaired. Anyway, now we just need to go home. Well, that was funny. I was going to do the same trick of sticking the camera to the side of the car, like I did on the van, which is what I bought that magnetic mount for. You might be a step ahead of me here, I don't know, but it wouldn't stick because it's an Audi SQ7 and it's made of aluminium. So yeah, oh well, at least I've got a magnetic mount I can stick on the van. Yeah, I just didn't think it through, did I? So, you know, cars are made of metal, aren't they? They're made of steel. But yeah, not this one. I didn't know that. Well, I did know it, but you know, I hadn't registered in my little brain. The little dots hadn't been connected. So yeah, no, I don't know what I can stick it to. I don't know. There must be some metal bit somewhere that I can stick it to. I've got the rubber sucker mount now that came with the Osmo Nano, but I'm damned if I'm going to stick a rubber sucker on the outside of the car. That's not going to stay on, is it? So I've just noticed that you can, well, not noticed, but I realised that you can use this magnetic Pocket 3 mount on the magnetic lanyard that comes with the Osmo Nano, but I don't think it's really going to, it's a bit top heavy. I don't think it's really going to work like that. But I just thought I'd try it while I was driving along. That's the first time I've had 3 cameras recording at once, but yeah, no, that's not really That's not good. Anyway, I'm on my way home to the adventure. I said it's not an adventure, it's been a damn long adventure. Or non-adventure. But it's over now. So yeah, thanks for, if you've made it this far, I don't know what's wrong with you, but thanks for tagging along. I'll see you hopefully next time somewhere more interesting.